Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
Welcome to episode 424 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. This episode covers 3 things that I see in the recruiting world that makes me sad when a student athlete drops the ball to get a chance to play a college sport. These are not in any order of importance or level of sadness, and are mainly my observations, and they don't pertain to every student athlete, just a majority. Hi, I'm Brent Hanks, the owner and CEO of Recruit Me and the host of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. In this episode, you'll hear me talk about my 2 sons, Parker and Sutton. Parker played 4 years for Northwestern University and has graduated and is married and living in Chicago. Sutton, my younger son, is currently a junior at Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri, and plays baseball for the Cougars. So let's get into what makes me sad. My first observation that makes me sad is when a high school student athlete doesn't pursue a career in college in their sport because they don't just get recruited. This one involves myth number 1 about athletic scholarships, which is one of the 10 myths found in the Recruit Me 3.0 system. Myth number 1 is, if my child is good enough, the college coaches will find him or her. Many student athletes and parents feel that if they just play on a high level in high school or on a club team, in high-level tournaments or showcases, that a college coach will just find them. This does happen, but for a very small percentage of athletes. But for a large number of athletes, probably 95% plus, a coach will not just find you. Recruit Me pushes that student athletes need to recruit colleges to recruit them. In episodes 421 and 422, I discuss how both of my sons recruited colleges to recruit them. Parker, my older son, contacted Northwestern University's baseball coaches and ended up playing 4 years for the Wildcats. Northwestern is in Evanston, Illinois, and is 9 hours away from our Southwest Missouri home. I feel that there is no way Northwestern's pitching coach just happens to stop by a high school baseball field in Joliet, Illinois, and picks out Parker without Parker sending an introductory email, a player profile, and some video. Sutton, my younger son, is now playing college baseball at Columbia College, an NAIA school in Columbia, Missouri. He is entering his junior year. Sutton also contacted coaches, and he got invited to 3 showcases and 3 unofficial visits, and he ended up going to these and picking Columbia College. None of these schools ever saw him play in high school or even his club team. He showed and initiated an interest in their school and their baseball program, and they became interested in him. By the way, good luck this season to Sutton, and let's go Cougars. Our area in Southwest Missouri has some of the best high school teams in different sports at all levels or sizes in schools. Missouri has a 6-class system, with 1A being the smallest and 6A being the largest schools. There are very good players and college-level high schoolers in all the levels of high school. I see both small school athletes and large school athletes not go on and play their sport in college, and many times it's because they are just waiting to get noticed. These athletes think that if they perform well in both high school games or in their club season, that coaches will just find them. A great example was mentioned in episodes 297 and 298 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, which was an interview with one of Parker's high school basketball teammates, Quinn Nelson. Quinn, in his senior year of high school, was getting recruited by 3 or 4 schools, but hadn't committed to any. These schools were very good NCAA Division II and NAIA schools. Quinn was having an excellent senior year following a great junior year. He was averaging over 20 points a game as a knockdown 3-point shooter. Ozark with Quinn and Parker were that year invited to the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions, held on the campus of Missouri State University. There are teams from all over the country that have played and did play in this tournament. Ozark played and lost to nationally ranked Oak Hill Academy, with 5 starters going to NCAA Division I basketball programs. Their players were going to Oregon, Florida, Oklahoma State, Kentucky, and Kansas. Then Ozark won the second game, which was against Christ the King out of New York City, with Kofi Cockburn, a 7-footer that played at the University of Illinois. And they also had 3 other players with Division I offers. Ozark lost its third game on a last-second shot to Wasatch Academy from Utah. It had players that ended up attending the University of California, the University of Washington, and the University of California, Davis. Quinn led Ozark through the tournament by averaging 25 points a game in the 3-game set, and he also made the all-tournament team. All the games drew 6,000 to 8,000 plus fans and had college coaches there to see the talent from all over the country. Quinn told me in our interview that zero new college coaches contacted him after the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions. The coaches that he was already talking with got more excited, but his great performance on a big stage against the highest level of competition did not draw any new schools to his list. My question is, why not? If the thought is that if I play well, then college coaches will just find me, then this proves that thought is just a roll of the dice. If I had been in the recruiting education business and had found Recruit Me at that time, I would have had Quinn contacting coaches that he had researched and put those on his list. I feel if Quinn had contacted and invited coaches to his list to attend or follow his performances in the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions and during his high school season, then he would have gotten on the radar of some of those colleges. Another example of this sadness point is a very talented basketball player that I know did not pursue an opportunity to play in college. I know throughout high school until his senior year he wanted to play in college. As he entered his senior year, he gave up on playing in college though. This player played at a large high school, played varsity from his freshman year to his senior year, made all conference teams, and played on a highly competitive travel team in the off-season. I tried to convince him and his family to contact college coaches, and they felt his play, especially at the club travel team level, should have gotten him exposure and gotten him recruited. I see many high school student athletes in our area, both in small schools and big schools, not pursuing playing their sport in college because they may not have researched how to pursue an avenue to play, or thought they would just be found, or waited for their club or high school coach to help them. For clarification, I do not feel every high school student athlete wants or should play their sport in college. But I figure that if you, the student athlete, or a parent, or a coach is listening to this, then there is an interest in pursuing a college career. I hope that by you finding the Athletic Scholarship Podcast and Recruit Me, that you educate yourself on planning for college or other adventures all throughout high school. I like for student athletes to get going as they enter their freshman year of high school. The student athlete's GPA starts on day 1 of your freshman year, and academics will play a big part in your future in helping to pay for college and or getting into certain colleges. If you don't start your recruitment as you enter your freshman year of high school, then now or any time is the right time to start. My younger son Sutton and I did recruiting work throughout his high school career. We made a parameters list, a college list, and did drive-thrus, watched his grades, prepared for the ACT test, and built his player profile. But Sutton didn't make a solid decision to pursue college baseball until a third of his way through his summer baseball schedule, the summer between his junior and senior year of high school. Sutton had very good summer seasons before, but was never the star or the standout, and played his junior year of high school on the high school's JV team with a little varsity time here and there. He had no all-conference or other high school accolades, but he continued to play on a very talented high school team and against good high school opponents, and then his summer competition was good also. He excelled during that last summer, and his confidence rose to a level that he could see himself playing baseball in college. I believe my occasional reminder to stay on top of college research and us doing drive-thrus through our travel kept Sutton interested enough in playing college that when the light came on, he was ready. Sutton also had the opportunity to see his older brother Parker and his college experience and the level of play. He understood that he was not an NCAA Division I player, and he started to hone in on NCAA Division II, Division III, and NAIA level schools. Sutton also had a cousin playing football at a Division III college and another cousin playing basketball at an NAIA level school. Don't let tunnel vision to play at the NCAA Division I level keep you from pursuing all the opportunities available. If there are 1,000 student athletes, then there will be 1,000 different routes to the next level. There are many, many variables that affect a recruiting journey. The athlete's size, speed, strength, whether you're male or female, where you live, your sport, and many other factors guide your pursuit. That is why hoping a coach finds you, even if you're a star player and have great stats and awards, is not a strategy you want to depend on. The recruiting process can be frustrating enough without piling on that coaches are not contacting you after you have worked tirelessly on your body and your game. Our household had 2 different paths to the boys' college experiences. Each was enhanced by both doing one main exercise. They recruited colleges to recruit them. To piggyback off an earlier example of not pursuing a college career because they don't understand the recruiting process, I am sad when a student athlete doesn't realize that they can play in college. Most of the time, it's a combo of only knowing about NCAA Division I level programs and not understanding the opportunities to play and how competitive and hard other levels are. Junior colleges, NAIA, NCAA Division II and Division III are all viable opportunities for both playing your sport in college and getting an education. Recruit Me recommends that student athletes and families go to college games at all levels in their sports. See the size and the speed and the strength in all the levels of college games. The athlete needs to recognize that he or she can play their sport in college, but many times an adult needs to provide a push. Not big pushes, but small ones here and there. Parents, coaches, trainers, and relatives can encourage a high school student athlete to keep an eye on playing in college. Start early, as we did, by occasionally bringing up levels of play, keeping up with academics, and researching colleges. When the student athlete develops their skills and their body to fit on a college team, the student athlete may not realize it, but an adult does. A parent may or may not have the background or the knowledge to advance the student athlete. A coach, a skill trainer, or another adult with past college experience might be more influential. As most parents know, your athlete may listen to others more than you. I've seen and heard high school coaches encourage their athletes to pursue college sports. But sadly, I don't think enough high school coaches encourage this sufficiently. There are many reasons for this. High school coaches have teaching responsibilities. Their job is to teach classes and to coach and win games, and manage an ever-changing program. They also have a family, and they are pulled many different directions. They also may not know much about recruiting. They may not have been recruited, or they may be coaching a sport that they're not real familiar with. Or they may have stuck their neck out for a student athlete and it ended badly. Recruit Me hopes to be able to make a high school coach's job a little easier and hope a high school coach will give a little help and encouragement to players. Club coaches are known for providing exposure opportunities to players. Your sports off-season is a great time to get exposure to college coaches because they, the college coaches, are on their off-season also. But just playing on a club team doesn't guarantee that you are playing in front of college coaches when you go to a tournament. Many tournaments have multiple fields or courts, and you may be on court number 12 and the college coaches are watching on court number 20, or they may be just getting a hot dog while you're playing. Again, invite college coaches to watch you play. Don't hope you get seen. Make it happen by contacting college coaches. I don't want to imply that high school and club coaches are doing anything wrong or don't care, but you can't wait for anyone else to take charge of your future. Go back and listen to episode 346 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast to learn more about building your recruiting team and see who can help you and how they can help you on your recruiting journey. So go out there and don't make me sad. Don't wait to get recruited. Don't not pursue your sport in college because you don't know how to get recruited. That is what Recruit Me is for, the education. And don't wait for high school or club coaches to do your work and then not realize that you can play. Let's work together to get a scholarship and a spot on a college team. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. Take advantage of all the free episodes, past and present, on your favorite podcast app and on the recruit-me.com website. Other free resources on the website are the free Recruiting Power Pack and the free Recruit Me monthly newsletter. Sign up for both on the recruit-me.com website. After you take in the free stuff, then you can graduate to the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System for a step-by-step guide to get you on the radar of college coaches. The Recruit Me 3.0 system is only $39 on the recruit-me.com website. Join me next Tuesday for another 15 minutes that will change your athletic scholarship future on the Athletic Scholarship Podcast.